Good morning, Saturday Academy for Saturday, January 16th of 2021 at 9 a.m.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you to the 26 of you that decided to show up on Saturday to start it off with me. Today, same protocol. What's going to happen is we are going to make sure that we have a pen or a pencil. We are going to make sure that we have a notebook, something to write with. And we definitely need a calculator. So you need these 3 items to be successful for my Saturday school class. If you don't have them, go get them now because I am going to start. It is 9:02. Okay, Tori, could you do me a huge favor, please? Can you please type these names in the chat for me? Learning target is going to be read by Angie A. Problem 1, let's see who's going to read problem 1. Problem 1 is going to be read and done by Anaya Mota. Anaya is going to do that. Anaya. Problem 2 is going to be Adam. Adam. Problem 3 is going to be, let's see, Justin Hudson and Tori. Problem 4 is going to be Isabella. Hello. Problem 5, Chadozi. I think there's a problem 6, Joelle and Abigail. And then my assistants are going to be Joseph, Nia Miller, Nia Myers, Mariama. Your name needs to be typed in the chat. If your name is not typed in the chat, I cannot give you credit today. Now we're at 30 students. Okay, let's get this show on the road. First and last name, not first names. You want credit? I need first and last names. All right, so here's today's work. We're reviewing what we did this week on adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing equations. You must write the learning target and all the notes. All right, here is the learning target. All right, who is, let me erase that because I didn't like it in black. Who is supposed to be reading the learning target? Tori, if you'd be kind enough, you're going to tell us who has what problem, please. Who's got this page? Tori?
Learning target is going to be read by Angie.
Okay, Angie.
Okay, learning target. I can write and solve equations that include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division that relate to real-world problems. Today, we will learn how to write and solve equations that include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division that relate to real-world problems. Important vocabulary words. Equation is a mathematical statement stating that two expressions are equivalent, equal. Evaluate means to solve or figure out the solution to the equation's problem. Inverse operations. Opposite operations that undo another. For example, subtraction is the opposite of addition. Inverse of addition is subtraction. Inverse of multiplication is division. Inverse of subtraction is addition. Inverse of division is multiplication. Multiplication property of equality. Whatever is multiplied to one side of the equal sign must be multiplied to the other side. When an equation has multiplication, solve by division the same number from both sides. Division property of equality. Whatever is divided to one side of the equal sign must be divided to the other. When an equation contains has division, solve by multiplying the same number in both sides.
Awesome. Thank you. So Angie, what are we going to be working with today? What is today's objective?
We're going to be solving equations that have the expressions addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Good. And just to recap, you're writing that down. It's been in the chat. Maybe somebody in here would like to be kind enough to type it in. Maybe Gigi or Chidozi again. We just had 2 people. All right. Investigation problem number 1. Who's doing that one, Tori?
Anaya.
Okay. Anaya, I think you can handle this. Let's go, kiddo.
Albert has 90 sports cards. 45 of them are not football cards. Which equation would be used to find the number of sports cards Y that are not football cards? No, you must solve the equation and perform a 3-line check. Okay, so we already know. So let's go to the guiding questions. How many sport cards does Albert have? He has 90 sports cards. How many of them are football cards? 45 of them are football cards. The variable to represent the number of cards that are not all football cards are Y.
Continue on. You're doing great.
Write the equation to find the number of sports cards that are not football cards. Okay, so we have 90 take away 45.
Takeaway? That's the equation, or that's how we're going to solve it?
That's how we're gonna solve it. It could be Y plus 45 equals 90.
Thank you. So therefore, which answer choice should they select on their paper? A, B, C, or D if you look at the multiple choice?
B.
Okay, continue on. How do we solve this, young lady? What are the 3 steps we use?
So we need to use the wall method. Then what we need to do after is use the inversion.
Mm-hmm.
And then after we do that, we're gonna have to.
I'm listening.
We have to solve.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So talk us through it.
So 90 will be outside. 90 is gonna be outside, and 45 and Y is gonna be on the inside.
Okay. What's next? Wall. So you said
The
then.
next thing to do is that basically now that we have our wall, we have to do minus Y, now minus 45 and minus 45 on the other side.
Mm-hmm. To what? Why are we subtracting 45? What is the whole purpose? What are we trying to find out?
Y, how many sports cards are not football cards?
Beautiful. Does everyone see what she's doing? Okay, so if you do all this math, Anaya, what do you now arrive at? Y equals what? What's 90 from 45?
45.
What?
90 from
Is how much?
45.
Oh, yeah. Undo. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but now I guess I got to go redo that. So 45 what? What does that 45 represent?
The 45 represents how many football cards are not football. How many sports cards are not football cards?
Okay, so then we would write the answer there. If you go back to the question, there are 45 what?
There are 45 cards that are not football cards.
Does everyone see that? Anyone have any questions? Because what I'm going to do is you're going to be taking notes like we always do in class. And you have to show them to get credit for today for Saturday school. No notes, you get no credit. Okay, everyone see that? I'm just going to screenshot a picture on my phone, and then we're going to proceed to the next problem. That was problem 1. Now, who else is trying to come in here? Okay, now we're going to do a 3-line check, Anaya. We already did this part, right? How do we do a 3-line check? I'm going to do it right here. Check. What's line 1?
So line 1 is gonna be the original problem. So we already know, which is y plus 45 equals 90. Line 2 will be now that we know that 45 football cards are now that we know that 45 sports cards are not football cards, and we already know that 45 can do 45 plus 45 equals 90.
Okay, so we're going to substitute the number in, she said, on line 2, right? 45 plus 45 equals 90. It's called substitute. And then line 3, she said to prove that 90 is equal to 90. Number equal number.
Mm-hmm.
Number equal number. What are we supposed to put up at the end? A big fat
Check.
good. So then we say in this case, we say number equal number. Put a check mark. Everyone see what she did there? Does anyone have any questions on what Anaya just did? Because she just solved this problem perfectly. I know it's a little small. I just want to encapsulate the whole problem. Questions? Speak up now if you have no idea. Oh, where did it go? All right. No further questions. Let's see what's going on in the chat over here, and then we're going to proceed to the next one. Okay, be right back is not sufficient. I need to know where you're going to be. I cannot take be right back. All right, so let's erase. Who's trying to come in now? Oh, Stephen Melendez. Okay. All right, moving on to problem 2. Who has that one, Tori?
Adam.
Adam. Let me just erase this. Not sure why I can't erase it, so I'm just going to move on. All right, Adam, problem 2 looks like this, the quantity question.
Okay. So first we combine 2 times 2x plus 2x and then plus question mark.
Okay, good. What do we do now? Talk to me.
So we know that 2x plus 2x is 4x.
Good. Keep going.
So then we need to subtract.
Okay.
We need to
Continue.
subtract.
Continue with your problem.
4 times, we need to take away the 4 there and then the 4 there.
Okay, so if you subtract 4x on both sides, what do you get?
You get 4 is gone and then you get 1.
Okay, so he says that if you make the wall method, right? Because you want to be able to somewhat figure out the value. So let's do this in pink. Let's do minus x here equals minus 4x here. So when you do all that math, all that fancy stuff, what do you get?
You get 1.
1 what?
1x.
So the question mark is equal to 1x. Or what's another way of writing 1x?
Or 1.
1x or just x.
Oh yeah.
So now, can we say that if I plug in here, 2x plus 2x is how much?
4.
Okay, and if I add a 1x in here, 4x plus
Yeah.
1x, does that equal 5x?
Yes.
Okay, so clearly, is it A, B, C, or D?
It's clearly A.
Now let me ask you this. What is the mistake students make? I think you caught yourself the other day.
Yeah, the mistake that students make is like sometimes they pick 1 but like the one doesn't have the X. So if you would pick the one, then that would be wrong.
Okay. So now answer guiding question 1. You already did it. It says, what is the sum of 2x, which is the same as x plus 2x? So what is 2x plus 2x? That's what that's saying.
It's 4X.
And then what plus 4x equals 5x?
4X plus 1.
Okay. Does everyone see how we got that? Does anyone have any questions? Now's the time to ask. I'm going to take a screenshot of this as well. That way I could post it up. Okay, let's move on to problem 3. Tori, who's got problem 3?
Justin and I.
Okay, so I don't know if you want Justin to read and you do the problem, Tori. You figure it out.
I'll read.
Okay, go ahead.
A sandwich shop sells sandwiches for $3.95 each, including tax. The show received a total of $47.40 from the sale of sandwiches one afternoon. Which equation can be used to determine the number of sandwiches X sold by the sandwich shop that afternoon?
Okay, so what are we supposed to do here? Justin, I think this is part of you and Tori.
So, what do we look like?
We can't hear you.
Look what we're supposed to do. Look like a little multiply, a little divide, or something like that.
Okay, so Justin, how much does a sandwich cost? Turn your volume up a little bit, bud. How much is a sandwich?
$3.95.
Great. Let blank the variable. What's the variable to represent how many sandwiches are sold in the shop? And type your answers in the chat, guys.
X.
Good. What is this equation going to look like? What are you going to do with the 395 and the x? Are you going to add or multiply?
Multiply.
Yeah. So what does the equation look like?
395.
3
395x equals what? Tori, you want to pick up? Thank you, Justin.
$47.40.
Okay, great. Now we're going to do a 3-line check. We're going to solve the equation, then do a 3-line check. So how is this supposed to look for the 3-line check? For the equation, sorry.
We have to do the war method.
Okay, so steps 1, okay. Then what? Tori, then what, sweetheart?
And then we have to do the inverse operation, of multiplication, which would be division.
Mm-hmm. So what am I dividing by?
$3.95
On one side or both sides?
on both sides.
Because why?
Because whatever you do to one side, you have to.
Yeah. So what happens to the 395s? Do we keep it, cancel it out? What happens?
We have to cancel it out.
And what are we left with? What is the only variable that is left in this problem?
X.
So x equals what when you divide? How much is that? 47, 40. Guys, type in the chat. Adam, I need you to be working. I need to see you writing.
12.
4740, she said, divided by 395 is 12. 12 what?
12x.
What does the 12 represent?
The amount of sandwiches that were sold
In where?
at the shop.
Good. So there are 12. Adam, I need to see you writing. There are 12 sandwiches that are sold in the shop. So therefore, Tori, do we pick A, B, C, or D on the paper? Or Justin? Justin or Tori, is it A, B, C, or D? Somebody?
C.
Good. Everyone see that? See? Does anyone have any questions on that? Ask me now if you do not understand what they just did, because they'll be more than happy to help you out. And if there's no questions, I'm assuming everyone is understanding because no one's giving me any answers in the chat. There's many reasons why we decided to come today. You'll see that in a few moments on your exit ticket. All right, let's continue on. Who's got problem 4? Tori, who's got that one?
Isabella.
Okay, Isabella.
It is recommended that one fire extinguisher, or not,
Extinguisher.
yeah, be available for 9,000 square feet in a building. Write and solve an equation to determine X, the number of fire
Extinguishers.
extinguishers needed for a building that has 54,000 square feet.
Okay, read the guiding questions. Read one, tell us what to write, and then you can figure this out.
How many square feet is one fire extinguisher available for? Oh, 9,000 feet.
Number 2.
What is the total amount of square feet? The total amount of square feet is 54,000.
Keep going.
Let's equal the number of fire extinguishers needed for a building that has 504,000 square feet.
So what variable are we using?
X.
Okay, number 4.
Write the equation to represent this situation.
What are we doing with the 9,000 in the X? Are we adding or multiplying?
Multiplying.
By what number? Equals what number?
54,000.
Good. What does number 5 say?
Solve and check to determine how many fire extinguishers are needed for a building that has 54,000 square feet.
Okay, so how do we solve the equation? What are the 3 steps that we're going to do? How do we solve the equation? What are the 3 steps?
Okay, so first we're gonna multiply 9.
So what are the 3 steps? Let's start.
I thought it was 9,000x.
Oh, yeah, X. Sorry, thank you. Oh, thank you. What is the first step, Isabella? We make the
Wall.
Let's do that. I am going to make the wall in red. After I make the wall, what do I now have to do? The opposite's called the what? Start with an I. Inverse, right? What's the inverse of multiplication, Isabella?
Division.
What am I going to divide by on both sides?
9,000x divided by 54,000.
There's no X. We're just dividing the numbers. When we're dividing, we're just dividing numbers, okay?
Okay.
Now, the third step is to solve. How are we going to solve this? How do we solve this?
By dividing.
Okay, so what's 9,000 divided by 9,000? You're correct.
9. Oh, sorry.
What's 9 divided by 9?
1.
1, or X is the same thing. So X equals, now, I don't know if you guys recall, in class I was telling you that there was a trick. So the trick that I was trying to say, if you line up your zeros, you can just cross them off. Check this out. Look at this. You guys see that? So now, technically, you're left with 54 divided by 9, which is what, Isabella? Somebody type in the chat.
1,000.
54 divided by 9. I see some answers in the
Oh,
chat.
6. I'm sorry.
6. Good job, guys, in the chat. The answer is 6. Well, the answer just isn't 6. It's 6 what? Go back to question 5. It says, solve and check to determine how many fire extinguishers are needed for a building that has 54,000 square feet. So what does this 6 represent? 6 what? Look at their answer choices. Somebody wrote it. So there are 6 fire extinguishers needed to cover 54,000 square feet. Now, we just did an ELA where I made you restate what your answer represents like I do in class. All right, Boris, pick up. Give me the 3-line check, bud. What's the first line of a check, Boris?
What?
We did that. We solved it. Now we want to check her work. We want to show that 6 is the correct answer. So what's the first step say? Write the what? What is this thing that I'm writing? Huh?
You're writing the equation that is.
What does the second line say? Now that I know x is 6, what goes in place of x?
The place of x is 6.
Yes. Are we multiplying? Are we adding? What are we doing with 9,006?
Multiplying.
Yes. We're going to call this, what we just did now, substitution. What's the third line, Boris? You're doing awesome. What do we have to do now? We have to show what? Number equal. We're showing that line 1 and line 2 are equal, correct? So what's 9 times 6, Boris?
9 times 6 is 54,000.
Good. Now, does 54,000 on the left equal 54,000 on the right in blue? Do we have the same numbers?
Yes.
So we put a big fat check mark. Number equal number. Put a big fat check mark. Why do we put the check mark there?
Because it's equal.
Yes, because the sides are equal to each other. Now, what if, I'm going to take a screenshot to put it in our Google Classroom. What if these did not come out equal? What do you have to do then if you don't get the same answers? What if one side was 54,000 and the other side was like 60,000? Do you have to go back and redo the problem?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone have any questions? Are we good? Okay. Remember, just want to recap a few things. When you are solving a 3-step equation, there are 3 steps that you have to utilize or use. The first step is to always make your wall method. The second step is to do the inverse operation. And the third step is to solve the problem. Once you do that, you do a 3-line check where you write the equation, you substitute your answer in place of the variable, and then you show that the left side and the right side are equivalent. Are we clear? Okay, I'm going to open up the independent practice, and or really call your exit ticket, but it's more so independent. Okay, I want everyone to pay attention because we're going to do it now. So I'm going to ask for this one. I'm going to ask for Joseph. We're going to actually do the first one. We're going to do them together. Okay, you're going to type what class you're in. So you're going to type in your class, whatever your class is. Joseph, can you read number 2 and solve it? We're still practicing.
Number 2. An equation is shown below. It is 17 minus 9 plus c equals 12. What value of c makes the equation true?
Walk me through the 3 steps. What's the first step?
So first, we have to find first we have to do the inverse operation.
Well, how are we going to do the inverse operation? Listen, you're not wrong, but listen to the question. 17 minus 9 plus c. Don't I have to do something with the 17 and 9?
First, we have to subtract it, and 17 minus 9 equals 8 plus the variable c, which is 8c equals 12.
I just want to recap. This is an 8 because it's 8 plus c. 8c would actually be multiplication. So careful. 8c is different than 8 plus c, okay? Okay, continue on. Now what do you do?
We have to do the inverse operation in this problem, which is subtraction.
Good job.
We subtract 8 from both sides, which leaves us with a difference of 4.
Good. I like that you said a difference of 4. So therefore, you should pick the first answer. Looking at number 3, Abigail Torres, this one's for you.
Which quantity could go in the blank to make the equation below true? 9x plus x plus question mark equals 15x.
Okay. So what do we do?
We have to figure out what x is. So 9x plus x, which is 1x, equals 10x.
Okay. Okay. And how did you get 10x? What did you put in front of that 9?
In front of the 9, in front of x that's next to the 9, I turn the x into a 1,
Okay.
and then that 9x plus 1x equals 10x.
Mm-hmm. Then what do you do?
And then we have to subtract
Mm-hmm. Subtract what?
10 by 15,
Why?
because the opposite of addition is subtraction. So when we solve, the question mark is going to be 5.
Okay. 5 what?
5x.
Okay. Let's see if she's right. So she says 10x plus some number equals 15x. She said make the wall, do all the 3 steps we've been working with, right? Subtract 10x on both sides, because what you do to one, you do to the other. She said that the x's cancel out. I'm just recapping what Abigail said. So now the question mark is going to equal 15 minus 10 is 5x. 5x is the answer. Questions? Let's look at number 4. Nia Myers, you're up.
Question 4. An equation is shown below. C plus 10 equals 92. What value of C makes the equation true? So C plus 10.
C plus 10. Okay, how do we solve this?
All right. Now you put the line in between, and so we split it up. So it'll be negative 10 minus 10 on each side.
Nice, Nia. Keep going, Nia. Now what?
And then after 10 minus 10 is 0. And then that leaves you with 92.
Okay.
That'll leave you with 92 minus 10, which is 82. So C equals 82.
Okay. C equals 82. Does everyone see how she got that? Does anyone have any questions on how she got that? How do I check that this is 82, Nia? What do I do?
You can Wait, no. You can if you add 82 plus 10 equals 92.
Okay. All right, let's try number 5. Are we good? Questions, comments, concerns? All right, let's move on.
I'm still reading,
Oh,
but it's
here. All right, next up is going to be Christian Jimenez. Christian Jimenez, you're going to help me solve this problem because we've been working on this week and you've been doing awesome. If you're still here, you know you're here, Christian. You should be writing this down, Christian. All right, Christian, you're up. Let's do this together, bud. Mr. Jimenez, number 5. Tyrone, pick up because I'm not sure where he went. Let's go, Tyrone.
An equation below is the value of J in the equation.
Okay, what do? We make the wall. What operation is 195J, Tyrone? Is that multiplication or addition?
Multiplication.
Yep. What's the opposite of multiplication?
Oh, division.
So what do I have to divide by? Yep. What am I dividing by?
95.
95.
195.
Good. What's 195 divided by 195 now? That's what J is going to equal. That's easy. Come on. It comes after 0. Tyrone. 195 divided by 195. Help me out.
1.
Yep. All right. 1. Let's do number 6. Isaiah Santos. Lay, you're going to do the next problem. Actually, we're going to take a poll in the chat because this is very simple. But Isaiah, you're going to give us the final answer once we get there. So, question 6, Isaiah, is asking for the learning target.
The learning target today is,
Which number is it? 1, 2, or 3, and then read it.
it's 1. I can write and solve equations that include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division that relate to real-world problems.
Excellent. So you guys should have typed in the chat that it was choice 1. Excellent job. Very simple. Thank you. Next one, number 7. How many points do you think you earned? This was out of 15. Because some of them weren't 5 points. They were mixed up. So you're going to type what you earned. Number 8. Which of the following explains why you attended Saturday school today? I attended because I'm not passing math and know that this will help. I hope to pass the quarter. I attend to become more fluent and to ask questions. So when I say fluent, that means understand it better. Or did you come because I'm attending because I'm passing with over a 65 and I want to be on top of my work. So what's the reason why you came? Because you're not passing? Because you wanted to keep practicing to do better? Or you're already passing and you just wanted to stay on top of your work? I know the answer is why a lot of people are here, so make sure you're honest with yourself. Are there any questions? If there's no questions, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make sure first everyone submitted their work. After that, I'm going to tell you the next part because we're not done yet. If you're done, you can start turning in your notes. Once you're done with your notes, you're going to work on something I'm going to tell you to do. So I'm going to turn back whoever was here. I should see 15s. If I don't see 15s, I don't know. We went over every question except your responses. See, I don't understand why I see 10s. You see, I don't understand.
Because a lot of us chose 5 instead of 5x.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all right. So I'm going to return.
You said A and I forgot. You said chose A and I didn't see the X.
Ah, see? I knew somebody was going to do that. Thank you for your honesty. I respect that. It means a lot. Everyone now is getting their scores back. So they're coming in, as you can see, right? I'm not hiding anything. So far, we had 18 students. There are almost 40 students on here. Not sure where the rest of them are. But here's what we're going to do now. See, I'm not understanding why we're getting what we're getting when I just went over it. We're just not paying attention. That's what that's showing me. Anyways, we've got three more things to do. First off, I'm going to ask for you to rate the class on a scale. Forget the notes right now. I'm going to ask you to rate the class on a scale of 1 to 10. So, Tori, would you be kind enough to type this question in the chat? This is what everyone needs to answer. Ready, Tori? Tori, you ready? Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, please rate today's Saturday school. And explain your answer. No, we're not writing answers yet, because this is what it says. You're gonna pick one on a scale of 1 to 10, you're gonna pick a number. You're gonna say why you give it what you give. So saying a 10, that's not answering the question. Tori's writing the question. I need full sentences. I rate this class a 10 because blah, blah, blah. I rate this class an 8 because. You're going to explain why you give it, and then you're going to tell me how this has helped you better. So on a scale of 1 to 10, please rate today's Saturday school and explain your answer. You people are not reading. You need to explain your answer. 10 is great, but I need to know why you give it a 10. And then once you're done with that question, you can submit your notes and do your iReady time. That was supposed to have been done by yesterday. 10 out of 10 because I understood the lesson. It was fun and it helped me. Well, thank you. I rate this a 10 out of 10 because even though I'm passing, I'm still relearning and getting better at this topic. Great answers. I rate this a 10 because it helped me. How? Alicia, I give this class a 10 out of 10 because my understanding was okay, but this class helped me understand more with the notes and everything helped me a lot. Thank you, Alicia, for your honesty. That's a response we're looking for, something like that. Or something with like, here's another one. Today's Saturday school is a 10 because today's class, I was able to understand today's topic much better. Thank you. Angie, I rate this class a 10 out of 10 because I understood the work and it helped me get better even though I'm passing. Abigail, I rate this a 10 because everyone was participating and this helped me even more by learning it twice. Great. Adam, on a scale 1 to 10, I give it a 10 because I am passing and I still come because it makes me better at math. Yes, it does. Good job. Good responses. Okay, you're going to keep typing your responses. Once that's done, every one of you save chat. Once you're done typing your responses, you are going to submit your notes and finish up your iReady time. You have 16 more minutes remaining of this class. Please do as asked. Thank you.